Ownership of a 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette Stingray. 15,000 miles later. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's go! Howdy folks, you on the C8 Gonna Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of C8 Gonna Speed 252, and I want to thank each and every single one of you for joining me today. This video has been requested by so many people who are out there looking to own their very first or already own their 2020 or plus Corvette, and they want to know what my experience was while owning my car with 15,000 miles later. And I can tell you right now, every mile that I put on that car gave me a smile. With that being said, I'm going to hop in the video right now and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in regards to my 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette Stingray experience 15,000 miles later. So let's get into it. Number one, the good thing that I really love about this C8 Corvette is that it brought me an awesome community. You guys. You guys are the reason why I make YouTube videos today. Honestly, the truth, I don't even know if I can keep this going without you guys. You guys are such wonderful people. I mean, from meeting you guys from all over the world, from meeting you at Corvette events, locally, wherever the case may be, you guys have literally been such a great community. So that's one of the good things I can literally say about owning my C8 Corvette is just the experience I've had with you guys, the conversation I've had with you guys, hearing you guys' story, your background, how many Corvettes you have owned, and things like that. It's just been great to hear. So for every one of you that I have met in person, I greatly appreciate you for taking the time and talking to me. And for everyone I have not met in person, I am looking forward to talking to you at some point here in the near future, because I will start going to events again. With that being said, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate your support on this channel, each and every single one of you. If you are new to this channel and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, definitely please do so. If you are watching the videos and haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please join this community. My goal, once again, is to hit 30,000 subs by the end of this year. I got a lot of great content coming out, and I got a huge surprise on the channel coming for you guys. So go over to my Instagram page, type in C8 Gonna Speed 252, and you will also be able to join me there. I mean, I have a huge surprise starting on Monday. I'm going to tell you guys some more secrets that's coming to the channel, so I'm looking forward to telling you about that. And once again, one of the good things I love about this C8 Corvette experience is that my community with you guys. I have had some wonderful times in this car, racing a lot of good people. I mean, this mid engine platform, one of the good things is just, it's a mid engine car. Like, it's a heck of a mid engine car. It's affordable, it's attainable. Well, at least in 2020, before this whole market thing happened, it was definitely more attainable back in 2020 than it is now. But in my experience of owning mine, it was more attainable. The high wing make this car look fabulous. The aftermarket wheels sex this car off great. So it was just a phenomenal car. So many good things I can say about this car. Literally so many good things I can say about this car for sure, especially owning one of the first generations, VIN number 247 of the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette. Now let's get into some bad things with the C8 Corvette. Now personally, when I bought my car in 2020, as we all know, that's when the pandemic happened. It was really hard for me to actually drive my car a lot during the pandemic because there wasn't really anybody out doing any car stuff. I literally have to go drive to Pennsylvania to spend time with my friend Mike out there, or drive to Texas to spend time with my friend there, just because there wasn't really any Corvette stuff going on because of the pandemic. Now, as I was getting to drive my car more often, one of the bad things that happened was that my paint started to peel around the bumper. That's one of those things where I didn't ever announce in my videos early on. I gave that to Chevrolet to kind of work out, and that became a recall issue. I was the first person that brought that to Chevrolet and said, hey, I'm now having this paint peel, because you guys know, once again, I was one of the first guys to get the cars, and I wanted to make sure that if there was any issues that was involved with this car, I let GM know in advance so they can fix this on future cars. And they thanked me for it. They really appreciate it. It was like, hey, we thank you for putting this to our attention. This also happened with the C7 Corvettes. Now, since it's happened with the C8 Corvettes, we need to make sure we are aware of this and get it taken care of. So I'm hoping that they definitely got it taken care of. So right in between the bumper, right in between the crease of right in the middle of the headlight, the front headlight, my paint was starting to peel, but Chevrolet took care of that without a problem. They did not repaint the whole entire bumper over. A lot of people will probably think that they would have to take the whole bumper off, repaint it. That is an option, but I was so concerned that the paint wouldn't match. So they just kind of fixed that area, and it looked good ever since. No issue, it never peeled again, and it was perfect, good to go. Another bad thing that I didn't really appreciate about the C8 Corvette is that if you decide you want to track your car, it doesn't come with this full quantity amount of transmission fluid. You will actually have to add supposedly 2 quarts of transmission fluid to your car in order to put your car on a track, and you will have to actually take out that transmission fluid if you want to drive it around normally. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. You guys leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. This throwing me off. To add the 2 quarts is a bit of a piece of work. It is, and then to actually drive it on a regular basis, you have to actually take out those 2 quarts. Why didn't Chevrolet think about adding these 2 quarts in the beginning? You know, just why this car wasn't built or designed to have these extra 2 quarts, and why was it something that this car couldn't have in the first place? I mean, this car is expensive. It's not just some, you know, $20,000 car. It's a $80-some thousand car. Well, it started off at $59,995, but it's still an expensive car that these 2 quarts should have been added, or at least maybe not added inside the car, but at least they should have gave it to us. Like, here's your 2 quarts of transmission fluid if you'd ever decide to go to the track. Now, I do know a lot of Corvette owners do not track their cars, so I get it. I get it to a certain point, but if you decide to buy the Z51 package, I would think that Chevrolet would give you those extra 2 quarts. Now, let's talk about the ugly. Oof, the ugly. The ugly in regards to the 2020 Corvette, which is what you see right now on the screen, is also a 2020 Corvette. 2020 Corvettes had a little bit of their issues, right? A lot of guys had blown pistons, a lot of guys had transmission issues, a lot of guys actually had transmission leaks. And so it's one of those things where, from my experience, I didn't have any of those problems with my 2020 C8 Corvette, but there was a lot of people who decided to buy a 2020 Corvette and end up having literally blown motors after like 500 miles break-in period, or they had transmission leaks inside of their garage when their car was just sitting there resting. Now, obviously, we all know that people say the first year usually come with issues when you build something, but really, I mean, issues can come with any model year: 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. That's just how it works. We all know that anything man-made is bound to have issues regardless of what it's made out of, what product it is, and where it came from. A lot of times with new products, it's still getting worked out, even when the car is already in production. Another ugly thing that I've heard from some other people, now if you own a convertible C8 Corvette right now, leave your comments down below with your thoughts on this. A lot of people who say they own the convertible, not the coupe, but the convertible, they hear creaks in their car while they're driving down the road. Is that something that you guys who own convertibles have experienced in regards to your C8 Corvette? Because I would love to know. It's one of those things where, once again, this car is very expensive and you would want it to be as perfect as it possibly can be, but at the end of the day, it's bound to have some issues. So those are some of the good, the bad, and the ugly in regards to my experience with owning my 2020 C8 Corvette 15,000 miles later. I can tell you right now, I definitely had more good experience than bad than ugly, but that was my experience with my car, not compared to some people who have had issues with theirs, and they might have only had 500 miles on it, and they literally had some issues with it, and their car was more than shop than it was in their own garage. With that being said, you guys, give this video a huge thumbs up. Become part of this channel by hitting that subscribe button for me over there. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button notification right beside us so you get an alert anytime a video comes out on my end. Also, if you have an Instagram page, go over to Instagram, type in C8 252, and I got some great stuff coming to the channel pretty soon. Something different for me, and I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you guys. With that being said, let's go.
I'm ready, Josh.